on the fly and step up any given moment?
To be honest, playing basketball really isn't that tough. I mean, just going out there and just being able to try to contribute and, kind of put all your chips on the table really isn't the tough part, to be honest. It's more the downtime when I wasn't really playing and just trying to stay ready and stay mentally focused. And just, it's a different situation for me that I'm used to. So that part was tougher than actually playing, I think, for me anyway.
Malika Andrews, ESPN.
Mike, I'm wondering how it's been communicated to you now that James is out for at least another game, how your role might shift or change, or if it's just like go out there and do what you did yesterday and don't throw any more passes off the backboard.
No, I mean, obviously James has something going on. I'm not all the way, in the know. I know he's going to miss tomorrow. So, I'm basically the other point guard besides Kyrie, so I got to be ready for that and be ready to play at least a little bit. Who knows if it's going to be 30 minutes again, but I mean, I got to be ready to go out there and lead the team in some capacity and be ready to contribute.
Did playing 30 minutes, I mean, Steve Nash said afterward, kind of who would have thought maybe entering this game that Mike James would end up playing at 30 minutes in this kind of pivotal playoff game. Did that give you some sort of added confidence or rhythm? I know you had it, but that in this particular matchup, you can be impactful?
It definitely felt good just to be out there and just to play free and be in the game and not almost feel like my time is limited. I kind of felt like I was just really in the rotation and just was able to get comfortable.
Thank you.
Greg Logan with Newsday.
Mike, since you've been with the Nets, do you feel you've grown as a player, and how in particular have Harden and Kyrie influenced you in terms of learning how to fit in with the Nets style?
Obviously just working on your game every day, which is something that I like to do. You get better over time. I don't know how much better I've gotten in the last month, but just in the system and being able to contribute, trying to just do the little things because, we got three of the best players in the world. So obviously little things matter when you're on the team like this, especially for me. So just trying to be a ball mover, trying to push the pace, trying to get other guys open shots if I can, and just try to take some pressure off the big three as much as possible.
Jared Greenberg with Turner.
Mike, I just want to go back to kind of your mentality when James gets hurt, less than a minute into the game. What are you thinking? And obviously, you keep yourself ready, but did you ever expect to be in the game, in the first quarter of the second round of the playoffs?
Honestly, I didn't even see him really get hurt. I just kind of saw him walking off the court, and I thought it was like a timeout because I think I was talking to Stat or something. Like I really wasn't paying attention to the game at that exact moment. I think I was grabbing water, getting the normal stuff that I get right at the beginning of the game. And I saw him walking off the court, and then he just kept walking. So I really didn't understand what happened. And they just said, yeah, James tweaked his hammy again or something. And then they were just like, yeah, you got to be ready. And then it kind of changed my mentality from what I thought was going to happen. I thought maybe I play 5 minutes at the most and maybe I don't play at all. So, just got to stay in the right mental capacity and be locked into the game, really.
Alex Schiffer, The Athletic.
Hey, Mike, just playing under Steve Nash, your fellow point guard, what do you think the biggest thing you've taken from him and how he views the position since you've been here?
He wants me to be free, I think. I think he wants me to push the pace, which is fun. I think I get a lot of freedom just to be creative and get downhill and get passes out and take my shots when I'm open and available. So I think having a coach like that honestly helps out a lot, just to know that he trusts you and have some freedom with you.
Brian Mahoney with AP.
You mentioned pushing the pace, which you guys really did, when you got in the game last night. Did you get a sense how difficult that was for Milwaukee, just going from playing Miami last round, who plays nothing? I mean, there's no preparation for the way you guys play, that that was quite a challenge for them?
Yeah, I think especially with Kev and Kyrie, how dangerous they are in transition, and the shooters that we have, pushing the pace helps a lot. Just helps us get teams to scramble. And when we start moving the ball, I mean, when you swing the ball to Joe Harris wide open, you can basically just walk down the other side of the court. So, I mean, pushing the ball and getting open shots, when we do that, we're dangerous, besides the fact that Kevin and Kyrie can probably score on anybody in the world.
Christian Winfield, New York Daily News.
Hey, Mike. I think you were obviously on the floor for the highlight reel play where you threw the alley-oop off the backboard to KD, and then last night there's that play where you guys are getting out in transition. Kyrie hits KD with the no look, and that play kind of sends the crowd wild. What is it about the makeup of this team that allows for those kind of highlight reel moments to happen kind of consistently?
Unselfishness and playing together. I think as crazy as this sounds, it's not a lot of like egos to where people feel like they're out of their role. Everybody kind of fits into their role, moves the ball. It's not a lot of, even with Kev and Kyrie and James, if somebody's open, they get you the ball and they kind of make the extra pass. So I think that creates a great like team camaraderie and team spirit amongst everybody. So it just helps out everybody.
Steve Lichtenstein, WFAN.
And Mike, you mentioned about playing free, but you also played relatively mistake-free against what could be a very disruptive Milwaukee defense. So, what was this being more cognizant of making the
Can you repeat that?
I'm sorry. You talked about playing free, and you also played relatively mistake-free, only 2 turnovers in the second half by the whole team against what could be a very disruptive Milwaukee defense. So I want to know what the conversations were like about, trying to make simple plays or, trying to keep it relatively mistake-free.
I don't think it was. I think when you play tentative, you tend to make mistakes and we start thinking too much. I think we just played basketball. I think people were aggressive. We were aggressive hitting holes. We were aggressive driving to the lane, and which created help defense from Milwaukee, which created kickouts and extra swings and people to get open shots. So I think just us being aggressive all night with everything that we did and being real decisive with every move, it just helped us out as a whole.
Christos Salta, Sport DNA in Greece.
Hello, Mike. Hope you're doing well. How helped you the European experience, especially on Panathinaikos or Baskonia, help you about those moments with the Nets? And also, how comfortable you feel when you have the ball in your hands?
Just playing basketball in general just kind of helps. Really, I think, like I said, I kind of have to be like a relief sometimes for Kevin and Kai. I think they get so much attention that anytime that I can get in the defense and draw to and kick out to somebody open, it makes their life easier. It makes our whole team's life easier. So basically just playing basketball, trying to be smart. And obviously in the European game, that's a lot of driving kicks. So I guess that kind of helped me a lot.
Thanks for your time, Mike.
Yep.